Hello, everybody. It is that time. I woke up hungry, so we're going to get right into it. First step for cooking, wash hands. So I'm going to do that real fast. Abby, thank you for stopping out. I know you're working, so hopefully work goes well. I might stream later as in addition, since today is my 4-month anniversary. We'll see how I feel. I'm definitely hungry, so we'll do this much. I am still trying to figure out the light balance. So normally, like when I'm here, it figures it out. But I don't know. So today we're doing Big Mac Poutine, which sounds pretty delicious. It's basically a deconstructed Big Mac with fries included, but not in a gross way. So we'll go ahead and get that started. What's going to probably take the longest to get started is the fries. So we'll start our oven at 450 degrees. This is not lazy cooking again. So it's not. Aki, hello, my love. How are you? This has a lot of different ingredients. Most of it is pretty easy to come by. The recipe that I'm using is a vegan one. And then I'm switching it to make it non-vegan just because that's what I have handy. But if you are vegan, this works wonderfully. If you're vegetarian, this works wonderfully. Packing, oh nice. No worries, Aki. I understand. I'm just doing a quick lunch stream. Doing some poutine, which is a Canadian dish. Video is loading? Okay. Hopefully it cooperates, but I don't know. Okay, so there is not quite as much going on as the other day. So on Tuesday, with the last poutine, if you saw that, there were a few more things going on because we were making pasta as well. This is just going to be the gravy, the meat base, and some sauce, and the fries. So the sauce is first in line on the recipe, but that can wait. So we're going to go ahead and start working on the gravy because the onions are going to take a while to cook. So this only calls for half an onion, which means I'm going to reserve the other half for other things. And I'm going to remember to grab something to drink because I'm thirsty. What's new? Not a whole lot. Just kind of going through all the stuff I feel like we're all going through. Trying to stay as sane as possible and not take out any pent-up stress, frustrations on other people as best as possible. You know, what's new with you, Aki? You said you're packing. Where are you going? Or are you coming? I can't... Because I was looking for you online the other day, so I was wondering if you were on vacation again. Or if I just am completely missing the going live times. Because that happens too. And then you want to make sure to peel off at least one layer for the onion because that's going to be extra tough anyway. And you don't want any of that. If you're super sensitive to onion and it makes you cry, then you can also put down a wet paper towel because the toxin in, or not toxin, the chemical in onions that makes you cry seeks out a water source, and that's why it heads for your tear ducts. So if you put down a wet paper towel closer to it, it's going to go to the nearest water source. So that's an easy way to get around it if you're super sensitive. All right. You're moving. Nice. I hope it's going to be a very good location, so you won't have to do this again for a while, because I know moving is extra frustrating. Alright, so then you cut into it, not all the way through the end. You want to leave a bit of the tail for you to grab onto. I'm doing about 1/4 of an inch because I'm American and we do stuff in inches. And of course, I pull the slice out. Then you cut, again, not all the way to the end, being mindful of your hands and the onion that can like to slip. And that's a quick and easy way to dice onions if you did not already know. And it makes sure that there's not as much waste product. And then you can just throw away that little end. Aki, when are you? Moves once a year, yeah. When are you going to be all settled in the new place? Like, are you packing to move by the end of the month? Or are you packing to move, like, tomorrow? And also, I'm sorry, I totally missed that. I thought I've been keeping up on your posts, but apparently I did not. And then this is just an airtight container so that I can use this onion for other things. I chopped an onion yesterday to show my dad, so I already had it ready. But that'll help keep the onion. You can also dehydrate it, freeze if need be, and rehydrate. Alright, so we'll just do that one more time with this part, and then that's going to go in the saucepan for the gravy. Being moved this weekend. Oh wow, so you're like right at ready to move, not like preemptive moving. It's like time to go. Well, I definitely appreciate you stopping by because I know moving is stressful. Hopefully this takes off some stress and you can help relax without too much trouble. Hopefully the move goes easy peasy. This side is not cooperating with me as nicely as the other one did, so I'm just having to be a little extra careful to make sure I don't cut myself, because no one wants to see that. There. Alright. So again, just half of that is going to go into the saucepan. We'll reserve the other half for later. And since this is for the gravy, it's okay if I start this a little early because it'll have time to thicken up then. Be updated all the time. Yeah, I'm trying to, and then I've just been going through my own stuff as we all do. Right. And then we're gonna add just a little pat of butter to fry up that onion slightly. And then flour for the base of our gravy. So that's 1/4 cup. Toss that right in. Hi Fonty, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I was watching you last night. I was just working on some other stuff as well, so was not as participatory in the conversation with Ascended and Straight Edge. Childish Cotino, hello. Sorry, my brain is struggling today. Maybe I do need some caffeine. Good thing I have some coffee. Oh, I should shake this up. I did get some caramel coffee to try. All right, so our oven is heating up to 450 for some fries. We have butter melting with onion and flour, so that's the base for our gravy. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the meat, because again, this can cool a little bit. I had everything sitting on my baking sheet, which isn't helpful because that's going to have to go in. Don't watch me when hungry. That's why I tried doing this at lunch. So hopefully you're very close to food, if not already. But this was a request by Rooftop Tim. Aki, yes, go do what you need to do. I appreciate you stopping by. Good luck with the move. Feel free to reach out if you're getting too stressed, because I know I'm up there, but I'm still here if you ever need to talk. Yeah, Fonty, it seems to be a tough time for most everyone right now. I'm struggling. Everyone I've talked to is just struggling. It's been a year of pandemic. It's close to spring, but not quite spring. We've been stuck in our house for months. Like, it's a lot going on. So we're doing what we can. And then you throw Twitch on top of that, and I'm trying to figure out where I fit in, if I fit in, if anyone wants me to fit in, if it's all in my head, what's not. Everyone's just like, oh, have fun. I was like, but I don't know what that is anymore. Which sounds terrible, but it's true. Right, I know I just had the beef. So the recipe calls for vegan beef because it's a vegan recipe. You can also do mushrooms, any like substance. I just wanted to go a cheaper route and go with actual beef. So that's what we did. And then a lot of this stuff could be made in advance and reheated or do the final steps. Like, I don't think there was anything about seasoning the meat. I'm going to add some salt and pepper. Today we're doing Big Mac Poutine for my 4-month anniversary of streaming on Twitch. It was recommended, or requested I should say, by Rooftop Tim. So most of the seasoning goes in the sauce and the gravy, which I understand. It's just I season my meat. I don't like having unseasoned meat, so I'm at least going to do some salt and pepper, since I want to know what this is going to taste like before I mess with the recipe too much more than I already have. I'm not going to add any other seasoning, because otherwise I'd probably put in like some garlic, onion, paprika, all the things it calls for in the sauce, just to help elevate that flavor through the meat. But it just says to warm the meat. Right here. So looking at this recipe, it looks way more finicky than it actually is. American? No. This is Canadian. Poutine is a Canadian dish. It's fries with gravy and cheese curds. And then this is a blended take on that dish. Again, that Rooftop Tim requested. There we go. So that means my oven's ready. Got some pepper in my nose that made me sneeze, as it does. Poutine is amazingly delicious. I've heard of it before being from Michigan, but I had never tried it, which is pretty strange being from Michigan. So, alright. So to put the fries in, I just got pre-made frozen fries. And then, since this is basically going to be like McDonald's, I got McDonald's type fries, which are the shoestring fast food fries. And we're just cooking that according to package instructions, which is $4.50 for about 15 minutes. Heat that through, and then this can go ahead, we can add our gravy base. Not a whole lot of liquid in my onions, so we're going to add 2 cups of broth. This is vegetable stock. Again, this is a vegan dish that we're just kind of adjusting. So 2 cups into the flour and onion. The flour is going to help that cook thicken up. And then we'll finish off with the mac sauce. So in the recipe, that's the first thing. And you could do that ahead of time. But since the fries are going to take a while to cook and I knew nothing else was going to take very long, I figured I'd do that as the last step. So some of this stuff you can kind of move around and adjust as necessary. If you have leftover ground beef or if you have leftover hamburgers or something, you can always do that. If you have leftover gravy from like Thanksgiving, this is an easy way to reuse it. Fonty, thank you for the bits. Happy anniversary to me. I appreciate that. The Mickey D fries, I know, right? They are Ore-Ida fries. Like I said, I just really liked the shoestring. It worked out nicely when I did the mac and cheese poutine on Tuesday. So when you're making the gravy, you just want to kind of keep stirring to make sure that flour is fully incorporated, and then the flour is going to thicken up as it absorbs the moisture. And you just don't want the flour to sink to the bottom or stick or anything. So we'll just keep that over a medium heat. And then I have lean ground beef, which is why I added some oil to the pan. Otherwise, normally you can just cook it in its own oil if you're getting regular. I think it tends to be more flavorful, so if I have to add anything, I like to add way more spices. But again, trying to not adjust the flavor too much. Okay, so that's fully cooked through. I can turn that off. Take that off the heat and let that rest. There's still a few more things to chop. Not much, it's just dicing up a pickle. You can do pickle slices, medallions. And it's just kind of calls for it. Dicing up a pickle and some lettuce. I have the little ones, so we'll just do 2 of those. Ken's, hello, happy lunchtime. Hopefully you're having a good day and school isn't driving you too crazy. So I'm just starting with the mini medallions, and then I'll decide how much I want to dice from there. Just keeping an eye on my fingers. Trying to do nice thin slices. And then I'll just cut that through. Knock it down in size a smidge so that it can incorporate a little better. We're going to mix that, I think, with some sweet relish, a few other things, the lettuce. So again, it's basically a deconstructed Big Mac plus fries. The sauce is we're doing a Big Mac sauce, and then this is going to be kind of a cheese-based sauce, plus you're adding the cheese curds. And if you're vegan, there are vegan cheese curds. You just have to find the best place to get them free. There. So now we've got our onion, we've got our pickle. The last bit is just some lettuce that I'll chop up. Then we'll make our sauce. Fonty, aw, thank you for the sub. Thank you for some more bits. So many bits. Some comfort food, yeah. I'm definitely with you both. The mac and cheese was really good. I haven't had a Big Mac in forever. I normally just get a quarter pounder because of the price of the Big Mac. So I'm hopeful that the Big Mac sauce tastes good. It looked correct. And then especially with this, with some fries and fresh meat and onion, like, it's looking real good. We all could go for some extra comfort. I might stream again later. Don't really know what. I was thinking of just doing some self-care and sharing that with you guys, because we all could use some self-care right now. Like, could really use some self-care right now. Normally I'd pull off a leaf and then do this, but we're just gonna go right in and cut some. And you can use iceberg, typically that's what's used. I have romaine because I like romaine. So when you're working with leafy deliciousness, just roll that into a nice little wrap, and it's gonna make it so much easier to chop. Because it all stays together, and then you can turn it and chop it smaller. It's just, since leafy stuff is not the easiest, it helps to roll it up. Alright. So now that can go to the side and wait. And we can work on the Big Mac sauce. Again, the fries are still cooking, and we're letting the gravy thicken a bit more. You like the cooking streams? I've been trying to decide what to do, if I should do more of these small cooking streams, just do one stream a week of the big cooking streams. I don't know. I don't know what people like. I don't know what people want. So I don't know what to do. I'm trying to figure it out. As we all are. These cooking streams just take a lot out of me, so if people only really care about the cooking streams, then sure, tell me that, and I'll only cook once a week, and I'll put all my energy into that one stream a week instead of trying to do 3 streams. If people want to see other stuff, then cool, I'll do other stuff. Just, I need to know what people want to see, and everyone's just like, do whatever makes you happy. Like, right now that's nothing, so thanks. That's super helpful information. I don't understand the appeal of the cooking streams, but people seem to like them, so I do them. I like the food. I like being able to eat that afterwards. All right. So for this, we are going to add some seasoning. It's 1 teaspoon. I had to double check because again, I'm doing the recipe slightly out of order. Of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Karaoke streams? I don't think they're allowed. Or do you mean on my Discord? Because I was streaming karaoke on my Discord, but then after like a month, no one was showing up, so I didn't think anyone was interested. But because of DMCA, I don't think I can do karaoke on Twitch. I'd like to. But yeah, since that's what I did in January and part of February, since the karaoke was removed, I put it on my Discord. And I was showing up there every Thursday and I was letting people know. And I think I convinced 1 person to stop in all that time. And that's fine, like people are busy. And my Discord is basically dead most of the time. So maybe I'll pick up karaoke in my Discord if people are interested, or when my Discord grows, if it ever grows. Miso paste. So this is probably the weirdest part, is 1 tablespoon of miso paste. And that's the base used for like miso soup, but it gives it a nice tangy flavor. And then this calls for nutritional yeast, which I don't have. So I'm going to add a little soy sauce and a little bit of cheese. And those were great. What was great? The one karaoke stream I did? Because it was fun. It was a very long stream because I knew it was the last day. I have some Swiss that's open, so we'll just go ahead and go with the Swiss. And it's not much. You just want a little bit of that cheese flavor mixed in to the gravy for the Big Mac sauce. And since this is a slice, I'm just shredding that a little bit. There's first round for the fries, so I'll just get those turned and cook a couple more minutes, which will allow us to finish the gravy and make the sauce. There. And again, like I said on Tuesday, every time I do this stuff, it's a little longer the first time, just because I want to go low and slow and make sure I get it right. Whew. There. So I'm just flipping that around. We'll do a couple more minutes. I think 4 minutes. All right, so the meat has been cooling, the gravy's still thickening, and we're still gonna add more cheese, so don't worry, this is still gonna have plenty of cheese. This should be okay now. I just don't want to put glass directly on a hot burner. So, for the mac sauce, the base is mayo. If you didn't know that, now you do. We're going to do 1 full cup of mayo. Again, if you're doing vegan, get vegan mayo. There's lots of recipes to make vegan mayo. The difference is that it doesn't have eggs. There, I think that's pretty much all we got. Alright, so you're going to combine some mayo, about 1 cup for all of this. With, again, 1 more teaspoon of garlic powder and onion powder. Instead of the miso paste like the last one, we're going to do paprika, which if you haven't used before is actually quite delicious and something newer to me. But it adds a really pretty color too. Then with that, 1 tablespoon of sweet relish and 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard. I like spicy brown mustard, so that's what I'm using. And then this is all to preference, so if you find you like a little more of one ingredient over the others, do it. That's mine. These are just general guidelines. Cooking is an art, baking is a science. I hear you. I'm aware. And then this just adds some extra spice. If you don't like sriracha, leave that off. That's fine. I like sriracha, so it helps if I open it though. And again, to taste, this says about a teaspoon of sriracha, which is optional. Then we're just going to mix all that up. And there's one more thing, I'm pretty sure. And it doesn't have to be perfect, you just want it for the most part. And then just 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. So again, that's going to give it a little bit of tang. And it also makes it a little less thick. So it's a nice sauce. And again, this is something you can make ahead of time and just kind of keep in the fridge because Big Mac sauce is delicious. There. So we've got freshly baked fries. Let those cool a bit. I am going to salt them while they're still hot. And not a lot, just enough to taste. There, it looks like my gravy is thickening nicely. So I can turn that heat off and let it do its thing. Clean up a little bit and then we're ready to assemble. And taste. So there you go, an hour. You got plenty of food for now, some for later. And like I said, the first time I make it, it always takes a little longer. So this would probably be closer to a half hour of fresh made food. If it's made ahead of time, then you can just reheat it if you're at work. You're not helping. And I know you know you're not helping. She's following me everywhere. That can stay. Just trying to clean it up a little since we want this to cool a smidge. It smells good, so I think we're on the right track. It'll be interesting to see how it all comes together. Well, it seems like it should be absolutely amazing. And as you can see, not a whole lot of dishes because the baking sheet I'm just going to take the aluminum foil off of. And that way there's no cleanup there. Once I pack up the gravy and the meat, then it's rinsing both of these, cleaning off the cutting board, 1 knife, 2 spoons, And then the measuring cups. So for people like me, it's kind of important to know how much cleanup I'm getting into after I do all of the cooking. There. All right, so I just have to get my tongs. Alright, so for this you're just going to layer. So you start with the base layer of fries. Now we're going to top that with some meat. And then you're going to top that with the mac sauce, followed by the lettuce, onion, pickles. And then some gravy. And the gravy is the important part because this is poutine, so I'm being very generous with the gravy. There. And then you can just keep layering depending on how much you want. I'm going to start with that because I'm hungry, but I always think I'm more hungry than I am, and I don't want to waste any. And then, since normally there's a sesame seed bun because it's a Big Mac, you top with some sesame seeds. If I can open it one-handed. There. Done. So let's see how it tastes, because that's the important part. That is really good. It's really tangy. Has a nice blend of flavors. I would definitely season the beef more. It's not really adding anything. But I do like the tang of all this. Even just the mac sauce is really good. So I do recommend that. So that's that. Like I said, it's a quick stream, so I might stream later. We'll see how things are going. I hope everyone's having a great day. Continues to have a great day. It's Thursday. It's almost the weekend. Spring is around the corner. Let's see. So we'll go ahead and raid. It's TTV2Fly's birthday. So we'll stop in, say hey. But show some love if you can. It's always nice to have some extra love and attention on your birthday. But again, thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you all maybe later today. And have a great day.